Uh, he has completed his graduation and post-graduation from the University of Pune in computer. He is a data science and big data analytics enthusiast with more than 12 years of experience, including IT experience and teaching, and also he has the experience of training. He worked for Capgemini India Private Limited for around 4 years, and also he worked for the different clients like the well-known clients like Barclays, Yes Bank, and etc. He has successfully trained more than 1,000 participants for global certification in the field of data science and big data analytics by the Dell EMC. Also, he's a global certified trainer in data science and big data analytics. Also, he's a Microsoft certified Python developer. Mr. Yogesh has a good practical hands-on skills, including tools and technology like Unix is there, Tableau is there, then Power BI, Hadoop, and the technologies that are involved in the Hadoop like HBase, IP, R, RStudio. He has conducted various trainings and workshops related to machine learning, deep learning, blockchain, big data analytics, and data science for the students, for the professionals at the various colleges and universities. Currently, he is conducting hands-on training in machine learning and artificial intelligence for the employees of MNC Acute Private Limited, which is situated in Hyderabad. Also, he is training a batch of 50 students and professionals for machine learning at Mathematics and Statistics Department, and trained more than 100 participants for the certification exam in data science and big data analytics at Interdisciplinary School of Scientific Computing in Pune University. So this is all about our today's speaker, Mr. Yogesh Murumkar. I would like to invite Mr. Yogesh sir to start his guidance to our final year students regarding the projects. As everyone knows, the topic of today's webinar about what to do and what should not be do in the while doing the projects of the final year, because final year project is the one of the major part that is used for the placement and for your better future. Yogesh sir,
Yes, thank you, Prashant sir. Thank you for the introduction. So I think I can start. Okay. So
yes sir,
first
yes.
of yes, yes. So yes, first of all, good evening to everyone. Okay. So first of all, let me just everyone just confirm whether you people are able to see my screen or not. Okay. So I will not be making use of PPT. What I want is we will try to make this particular session as interactive as possible. Let's see. Like I would like to get some of the questions from your side. Like it will be good if you people ask as many number of questions as possible. So yes, I'm hoping that this particular session, this discussion should be somewhat fruitful, and definitely you will be able to understand something additional. Okay, so that's how we will try to do it actually. So I hope everyone is able to see my screen, right? So and in between, if let's say suppose any problem like maybe voice lag or something like that, please let me know in between. Okay, so I'll be checking it out here. So maybe I think you people can comment also. Okay, so let's start without wasting any further time. Let's try to start. So what I will do is I will try to talk about these concepts as everyone, as sir has already said. We are going to talk about do's and don'ts for final year projects, right? Now, here, let's see, there is nothing new in this. Everyone can go and everyone can check, and maybe you can go and you can refer some articles. Maybe you can even discuss with some seniors. Your seniors will have already completed their graduation, let's say. So definitely you can have a discussion with all these people. But still, what we will do is we will try to see what are the what the steps one should actually follow, right? Just to avoid some unnecessary things while thinking about or while starting your projects, specifically in final year. Now, see, sir has already told that this final year project is very important. Generally, what happens is, what even I have seen, right? Like many students, they take it as like just for their marks, right? So they just consider it as some academic task and then just try to focus on the marks only. Okay, it is not like that. This final year project has got a lot of importance, so one should not actually take it lightly. One should try to take it. One should try to take it as an opportunity. Okay, so see people. See, if you have any question in between, please you can actually unmute yourself later on. Okay, so that is a thing possible for you. So do not unmute yourself in between because unnecessarily it will cause the disturbance. So I will request you everyone. Okay, generic topic, right? Like discussing about do's and don'ts of final year project. So as I said, like a final year project one should not take lightly. Okay, generally that's what we start with. So there are some certain points I will try to focus on, and later on I will tell you what are the sources which you definitely refer for getting some good ideas, right? And what are the areas actually you should focus in current scenario. If you talk about what are the hot topics, I can say, where you can actually go and you can see where there are a lot of opportunities. So I will try to give you some idea about some of the topics where you will definitely get a benefit in terms of, let's say, knowledge, in terms of your job opportunities, in terms of your placement. Definitely that is going to add some value, right? I will be talking about some of the current topics which one should go and one should try to focus and try to work on, or not only like only for 1 or 2 years, some of the topics which are going to be there even in future. So your final year project should be like, it should be a something like where here actually you should always have a scope to add something new. Okay, so talking about in general in case of this final year project, I will once again say that do not consider your final year project just as a mere college project. Okay, see, generally people think that okay, it's a final year project, what's the big deal in that, right? So see, if you are a final year student and also you are having similar thought that okay, it is not a big deal, right? Then some of the facts about this. You must know some of the benefits of doing your final year project properly, right? So I will try to just focus on some of the what we can say, some of the important topics, right? And in particular, with the job scenario, the topics which will definitely help you for your job, right? So there are so many examples, right? If I go, like, even I have seen there are so many examples of students or the individuals who got good jobs, who actually got a lot of opportunities, who got placed in various big companies. Maybe even if they were having average academic score, right? But still they got very good job with very good packages, right? And it is just because of their strong project portfolio, right? You might be knowing, right? Project is one of the most important thing, which is which you when you people also will be creating your resume, right? At that time, you people are also going to add what you have done in your engineering. What is the work? What is that work which you have done? See, if you talk about 3 to 4 years of your graduation or engineering, what we do is actually generally we have theory exams, we have practical exams, let's say. But final year project is the one which actually you can show something fruitful, right? So okay, based on these 3 years, 4 years, this is what I have come up with. This is the idea which I have come up with. This is the implementation I have come up with. So that's why this is very very important. Having your project, having your final year project up, what I can say in the current domain, right? Or understanding your final year project in such a way that will help solve real-time problems, right? If you go and if you try to work on some of the problems which will definitely help society, and there are a number of examples I'll be talking about that. Definitely, believe me, that is going to help you in a lot of ways, not only in jobs but number of things are there. But the thing is, actually, what happens is we understand those things when the time is gone. So that should not happen, right? Here discussing about these things actually. So see, the basic term. Let's suppose a good project, what it gives, whenever we talk about a good project gives you the chance to get some extra advantage over others, okay? Or maybe it can also give you a good chance to compensate with a lower academic score. There are some people, if let's say if they have a lower percentage, lower academic score, generally we have seen that the companies which come for placements in campus, right? For campus placement, they generally ask 60% criteria. That is the overall scenario, okay? So that the students who have done their final year projects properly, they actually it will help them to compensate with their low academic score. So that's how this particular thing is very important, right? And now see an idea where whatever the idea you are going to work, right? So an innovative and worthwhile final year project not only is going to give the required practical exposure, but also it is going to validate your knowledge. It is going to validate your skill actually, right? And that's what is very important, right? And you also get a chance to enhance the skills. What are the skills you can enhance? You can enhance the skills like problem solving. So that's why I'm saying that do not consider it as a mere final year project. It is going to help you a lot if you really want to understand. See, these are the skills you are going to get, and these are the skills which are necessary, right? Problem solving skill, which is most important. Even if you might not be aware about, even if you are like average student in programming, no problem, but problem solving skills are very important, right? I will be talking about those things also. See, technology doesn't matter. Whether you know Java, whether you are good with Python, C, whatever it may be, that doesn't matter actually. If you are aware about any one of these languages, but you have a good problem skill, so yes, it's always the advantage actually. Language as a technology, anytime you can learn, right? But skills like this, it takes some time, right? It's not like you will be able to understand or you will be able to improve the problem solving skill overnight, or you'll be able to improve time management skill overnight. No, it's not like that. Okay, these things are like unknowingly we actually try to improve these things sometimes. So let me give you an example. See, in fact, in engineering, what do we do? General scenario. What we try to prepare for the exams only in PL, with preparation use, right? So time management skill, right? When you will pass out, let's say when you will complete your graduation, at that time definitely you will notice that okay, some of you might have appeared for 7 to 8 subjects, 10 subjects, 13 subjects in a semester, and you passed all the subjects, or even you adjusted your time properly for practicals, for theory exams, and so on for project. That is nothing but time management, right? So it requires some time. So this project, final year project, is definitely opportunity to learn the skills which are very important. These skills are not like your, these are not like, these are not the skills for which you are going to get the knowledge from the books. These are the skills which one should experience, right? And these are the skills which are required in like, or I can say real life also. When you will go and when you will work in some company, definitely all these skills are actually required. So management, most important, communication, right? You will be working in a team, so your team members should be, again I will be talking about team members also. There's a lot of importance is there for who are your team members. That's very important. And once again, research, right? What research you have done, analysis, you are going to do analysis also. All these skills, indirectly, directly or indirectly, you are going to learn about all these things, and the list actually goes on. And that's why this particular thing is very important. That's why it should be given a lot of importance, and it should be taken seriously, right? So this project actually, final year project, we can say it bridges the gap between theory-based learning and skill-based learning, I can say, and which is the immediate need of the society, right? Generally, we have seen that people, they only have theoretical knowledge, right? No, only theoretical knowledge is not going to do. Obviously, theoretical knowledge is important, but this final year project is one of your opportunity where you can actually utilize your theoretical knowledge and try to implement the things, try to come up with something productive, right? Perhaps now you would have known that how important and valuable it is to take the final year projects very seriously, right? So when you start on a final year project, right? Generally, I've seen that the people often come up with several challenges throughout the. Who's that? See, whenever you are going to start, that's what happens. Initially, a lot of challenges are going to be there, right? So when you are going to start out on your final year project, it has been seen that like, many times we often come up with different challenges, and it is going to be there throughout the entire project journey. I can say from start till the end, right? And to make this journey smooth, or I can say fluent, so you should actually try to concentrate on some of the important points. So few points I want to highlight here. Like see, this topic is like we can go and actually we can discuss number of things, but still there are some few points definitely I will try to talk about under this. So what I can say is you should not follow the crowd. Okay. So let's suppose if your friend is doing some project in certain domain, in some XYZ domain, right? So don't follow the crowd. So if he or she is doing the project in, let's say, cloud computing, right? And that should not be your reason to also work in the same domain. What I am saying is that do not do this. What you should do, go and you explore. Explore what interests you, right? Explore your area of interest. Now, many times we have a question. We even many times do not know. Like I know that at this point of time, this is the stage even many times people will also say that okay we do not know our area of interest. So if you are not knowing about
शर्मा मैं क्या बोल रही थी बड़ी जगह इलाके में
please mute who is there please mute. So I am trying to say that do not follow the crowd. Explore your area of interest. So I was saying that even people will say that okay we do not know our area of interest. So if you do not know, start reading some magazines, start reading some articles, start searching about certain technologies, start searching about latest topic. Try to search what's going on right now. What are the different companies? What are the different domains in which the top companies are actually working? Try to search all those things. So if you really want to know your area of interest, try to see and try to search, try to research, okay, and try to read actually. I'm not saying that you go and you study 24 hours. No, it's not like that. At least you should have an idea what's going on in the market, right? At least read someone who knows something, right? Maybe here actually the role of your guide or your teachers is going to be very important, or your mentors. I can say it's going to be very important. So try to find out mentors who have sound knowledge about the technology. Try to find out mentors who are there to help you, right? So there are resources in your college itself, right? There are books, there are faculty members who are going to help you. No one is going to say that okay, I am not going to help you. They are there to guide you. At least they will tell you sources from where you will get to know about different technologies, so that you can go, you can explore, and you actually try to know about what interests you. Unless obviously we are not going to know about what's our interest. So this thing might take some time. So that's why it's always better to start as early as possible, right? So I'm saying that do not follow the crowd. Try to explore your own interests. Someone is saying, so you will go to your friend and you will ask, okay, which project are you working on? So he is saying that okay, I'm working on, let's say I'm working on machine learning project. So it should not happen, right? It should not happen that you will also go and you will also try to work in the machine learning domain. Try to see what interests you, right? And depending on that, try to explore. That is the thing. And I also told you that how you can go and how you can know about your area of interest. Definitely for that you need to go, you need to search or research, Google, read, discuss with your faculty members, and discuss with some of the people who you know that okay they are good at this particular technology, right? So and like many times whatever I said, I have seen that many times people decide the domain just because their friends are also working on some domain. same domain. It should not happen. Okay, even if you are very weak, don't worry. Try to search for your area. Okay, this is if it should be there. Okay, so I have seen that with many engineering students, the same story is there. So yes, it should not happen. So the thing is that a financial project is meant to represent your knowledge and your skills, right? About different technologies, different concepts, whatever you have learned in whatever the domain it may be, right? So decide the domain depending on it. Let's say, for example, if someone is very good in Android, maybe someone is very good in Python, Java, statistics, data visualization, right? Machine learning, cloud computing, and so on. And actually, they are looking forward to make a career in all these domains, let's say, right? So definitely, whatever the technology which is going to interest you, so try to particular technology, or maybe try to find out the field of interest. Okay, so field, or instead of building any other project just because any of just because your friends are doing, because of so those irrelevant reasons, right? So it's always better to work in the domain of your interest. That's why it's very necessary to find out that. So when you explore your area of interest and build the project around it, definitely it is going to make you like deep dive in the particular technology, and which is going to be more proficient. You are going to be more proficient in that, right? And definitely you will also feel more confident and comfortable when you will be asked the questions based on your project. Maybe maybe during your exam, or maybe in the interviews also. That's why this is very important. Do not follow the crowd. Try to explore your own interests. Second point, I can say that try to identify the problems. Okay, and to be more precise, I can say that you try to identify a real-time problem. This is again very important. Trying and identifying the real-time problems is very important, because see, as engineers, right, we should always try to solve real-time problems. So if our knowledge we are not able to put to solve real-time problems, then what's the use? What's the use of spending these 4 years, right? So we always try to solve real-time problems. Maybe it's a bigger, maybe it's smaller, right? Try to find out some real-time problems. So from where actually you are going to get to know about the real-time problems? There are a whole lot of problems in the society. You go anywhere, you will try to find out, right? Number of problems. So that kind of observation, you always try to observe what's going on, right? Always try to think in that way. Try to find out what's the problem. Okay, there might be a problem related to traffic. There are a lot of problems because of the road, right? Roads. There are a number of accidents which are happening, right? Number of problems are there. You talk about any field. There are a lot of problems in agriculture sector, in banking sector. Talk about any domain. There are a lot of problems. So just like what I can say is, try to see what's going on. Try to look out at the surrounding and try to find out some real-time problems to work on. So identify a real-time problem and try to provide solution. Okay. So these are very common points, but yes, they are very important. Try to find out the real-time problems and provide a solution for it with your project. So try to work on a project. First of all, set your area of interest, and then see is like are there any real-time problems which you can look out for, right? And then try to provide a solution for that particular real-time problem through your project. So remember, it will not be like only you. There will be team members, right? Many times I have even seen that some students do in-house project. Like let's say they individually also people work on some projects, but it's always better to go and to work as a team, because as I said that these skills are very important, right? So communication skill, time management skill. So definitely you should be having such team members who are also keen to work on that particular problem statement. It's not like that like they are just there and they just need to complete their graduation and just need to score the marks. No, see, you are going to last year, right? Last year of your graduation. So at least you should ask yourself. See, I have been appearing for the exams, theory exams and practical exams. Have I done anything fruitful? So this final year project is one chance, last chance for you, right? To show something. Okay, I have learned these skills. Now I am trying to put my skills into practice, and I am trying to come up with some solutions to some real-time problems. Because see, maybe this journey might be a longer one. Maybe it will take some time. Maybe there will be some challenges, some problems, definitely you are going to face it. But this is going to help you. If people generally think that I have seen people, so there are some people who say that okay, anyway I am not going to work in IT company. I am going to I will be going for MS, or let's say I'll go for MBA and I will try to look out for some job in management field or maybe in banking. But try to listen everyone. Here, there also you are going to require these skills. So it's not about technical skills. Final year project is like an opportunity for you to learn all the skills. So it's not like that it is only for the people who are going to work in IT company. No, in general, see, you are going to learn the skills. So take it positively, right? I'm just trying to make you aware how important it is. Generally, I have seen many people. Okay, I'm going to go for MBA. Why I should go and why I should learn all these things? Why I should participate in the project? I will not waste my time. It's not like that. That is not a wastage of time. It is going to help you only. These skills, you just take it. These skills you are going to require in any field. In real time also, like real life also, we are going to require these skills, right? Communication, very, very important. Time management, very, very important. Analysis, very, very important. So it's not like these are the skills only for an IT guy. No. That's why new reasons. People generally want reasons why I should go and why I should give importance to the final year project. I am not going to work in the IT company. No, it's not like that. These are the skills, and definitely, depending on your skill, you only are the person who is going to be benefited, right? So, what happens generally is people will go and people will try to go and try to check online. They will try to find out some project ideas for their final year projects, right? And then they try to manage, try to create a, they try to search for some ready-made projects, and then simply they try to create a replica of those projects. No, it should not happen, right? So try to understand, maybe for this academics, let's say for academic point of view, maybe you will pass the exam, maybe you will get a degree certificate, and so on. But everyone just try to listen that it is not for just for academic score, I can say. This thing is something like it will definitely help you for achieving your career goals also, right? Career goals also. In that sense, in that way actually one should think, right? So the point here is you need to incorporate your innovation skills, right? You need to make use of your thinking ability into the project to come up with something fruitful, I guess, right? So there is no point in developing or let's say copying the things. The exact same thing that has already been created by your seniors or by someone else. There is no point in that, right? But however, you are expected to not confuse it with taking the inspiration from other projects, and that's why your own idea is going to play very, very important, right? So on these two things, these are very, very important. Now, how actually you can get new topics, latest topics, right? Or the trending topics, I can say, or how you can even get to know about what are the real-time problems. So you go and you try to read the research papers. So, so whenever I say try to read the research papers, I mean to say that there should be quality. Okay, because if you go and if you try to see, there are a lot of journals actually where people go and people publish papers. But out for quality papers. Okay, even though I am saying read research papers, but I am saying that you look out for quality resources. This is very, very important. Okay, so here you might have heard your faculty members saying, or you might have heard different names, different journal names from your faculty members, right? So you might have heard about IEEE journals. This is the one standard journal. You can go with Springer, right? This is a standard journal. Science Direct also you can look out for. So where you get some papers actually, and there you will see that there definitely will come to know about some current work which is going on. Let's say if you are trying to find out a particular area, particular domain you are trying to find out. Definitely these things, and there are others also. If you go and if you search, definitely you will be getting the complete list. I am trying to mention few of them. And definitely, even if you go and if you try to approach your faculty member, right, they are also always ready to help you on that, right? Even you have seen that many faculty members themselves might be doing some research. So you try to ask them what approach they have actually followed to work, how they started actually. That experience is very, very important. See, knowledge from someone's experience is very, very helpful always, and like, it's really good for you people that there are a lot of faculty members, good faculty members in your college which are there who already have a lot of experience, and definitely if they share, like if you try to get some knowledge, some input from them, definitely it's going to help you only, right? So the third point I'm saying that read research papers, but remember there should be a quality, right? It should not be like there are some journals and social journals and you are trying to read those journals, but there is no quality. No, so try to look out for quality journals, I can say, right? So that is very, very important, and this is the one thing actually which is going to help you to know about what are the real time problems and where actually you can work. Okay, and another thing is your project team, right? So choose your project team. So even though I say that these are very general topics, but these are very, very important. Choose the project team, and when you are going, when you are going to choose the project team, choose the mentor also. Okay, and they should be decided carefully. Who is going to be the mentor? Because see, I will tell you why it is necessary, why you should choose the project team carefully. See, having right members in your team and the right mentor is very, very important. Mentor, I need to say guide, let's say project guide. This is very, very important. Maybe in some cases, let's say some people are doing in-house projects, some people are doing sponsored projects. So you will get the mentor, one person from outside your college, one person maybe from your college, let's say. So they are also going to play very, very important role. Okay, so having the right team members in your team and the right mentor is very much important, right? Because you are doing your final year project with them, right? So the project team should be formed in such a way that all the members are having a clear idea about what is the goal, right? Each and every member should have a clear idea about what you want to achieve, right? What is the vision, right? What are the skills which are required? What is the knowledge required for the project? And most importantly, they should be interested to work in that particular domain. Interest is very, very important, right? Otherwise, what happens is, okay, the teams are actually formed in a class. Project teams are formed. Now, what generally happens is people will decide, okay, he's my friend, so I will go into his team. So, okay, he is remaining, so get him in my team, something like that. Try to see that should be having a clear idea about the problem statement. They should be genuinely interested to work on that particular domain. Okay, interest is very, very important because as I told you, if if they really have an interest in that particular domain, they will go and they will learn the technology, right? Let's say you need knowledge about some domain, you need knowledge about some technology. So let's suppose you need to knowledge you need knowledge about some tools, right? So some softwares, definitely that can be learned, right? So interest is very, very important. That's why finding out the what I can say, the common-minded people is very, very important, and the people who have the interest, right? So, but it has been observed that students generally don't consider all these aspects while forming a project team, and then eventually it leads to the conflict and disagreements among the team members, right? So this particular thing should not happen. Okay, that's why now you have a time before going and before starting all these things, you should try to find out the what I can say, the proper team members. This is going to play very, very important, right? And again, this is very, very important. Mentor is also very, very important. And the last thing I will try to talk about is planning. Why generally see everyone knows, right? Everyone knows, okay, we should plan. Even your project guide will also tell you that, okay, you should maintain a diary, you should be maintaining everything in that diary, whatever the task you are doing. You should write out the date, what you have achieved, what are you going to achieve next, how much task is completed on a particular day, what are the problems, all those things, what has happened in the discussion with your mentor, with your team members, right? So everything should be there. Planning is very, very important. You should plan everything, and they should be given a high priority. There is like it should be given a very high priority. Why? To avoid problems, right? To avoid the problems which might that you might come across. Because see, I've been observed many times that college projects actually don't get completed by the students under the given deadline, or there are some confusion about which task is allocated to whom in the team, or some similar kind of situations. This is very common. What is the what is the basic reason behind that? Right? Because there is no planning, and that's why this planning is very important. That's why it's very important part of the project development roadmap I can say. And there is a need to develop an effective and complete layout plan, right, for the final year project. So when I was also referring some of the points for all these things, so I found out all these points useful so that I can share, right? And obviously, as we were talking about this particular thing, analysis and everything. So yes, that is going to be there. So you need to go and you need to analyze the work, whatever you have done. Analyze the project work at each and every stage. Let's say, let's suppose there are 4 modules in your project, right? So analyze each and everything. Analyze each and every module or whatever the task which you have completed. Try to analyze all those things at every stage of the project, right? So there should always be communication going on between the team members, right? Because discussion or communication is going to give you something which will definitely help you for your project, right? And along with all these things, one more thing I can add is documentation. Generally, we ignore the documentation. It should not be ignored. If you have everything documented from the start, see what happens is when you people are going to start for the project, the first thing what you do is you are going to search for the topics. You are going to look out for some books. You are going to look out for some journals, some journal papers, right? From some standard journals like this. You are going to have some discussion with your faculty members, maybe seniors, maybe some of your relatives who are going to help, or maybe with someone who is there with you, maybe your relatives if they are working in some IT company, let's say. So whatever the discussion you have, you are going to have with all those people, you should document. Try to maintain one document where you are going to write down each and every important point. What data you have gathered, what were the sources, right? So and like what I can say, what are the types, right? And maybe you can go and you can try to check out was there any similar kind of a data? What are the algorithms? What are the techniques, right? What kind of a work was done? So those all those things should be there, right? And you are going to, if you are going to document everything, that is going to help you only to move forward and to work into your project, right? So these are some of the things I think I can point out, right? So these are very common. Even if you go and if you try to search out, definitely you will be able to see that something similar. Definitely you will be able to find out. So these are very important. Do not follow the crowd. Try to identify real-time problems and find out a solution for that. Research papers, quality papers, project team. Choosing correct project team is a proper project team. Common-minded people, people with a genuine interest in the same problem or in the same domain. Team should be like very important. And analyzing the project at each and every stage is again very important. Right? Because this is what is going to help you to avoid the problems which might come in future. So either planning or you can say analysis is very important. And last but not the least, documentation is going to play a very important role, right? And if you ask me some domains, like see, there are a lot of domains in which the work is currently going on. But still, if you ask me, what are the training domains in which you can look out, or you can go and you can try to work. So yes, number of domains are there. So I can say that right now, if you go and if you try to see, artificial intelligence is like booming, right? There are like it's unlimited. Like you go, you try to find out artificial intelligence is everywhere, right? And whatever you talk about under artificial intelligence, everything is going to be there. And in near future, you will see that you are going to see that. See, all these are technologies, right? Technology is like it's not going to remain same. technology is going to change. About this particular domain, in near future, even if you talk about whatever the things which are going to come in near future, one thing is for sure that most of them they are going to be under artificial intelligence. So yes, this is there. Then there is cloud domain also we can search, right? Cloud computing I can say. Okay. Then you have blockchain. Yes, this is also very very good domain to work in. You have security domain. There are a lot of things which are going on this. Even in case of embedded systems also you can work. A lot of things are already going on. See why I have given you artificial intelligence only, because here you can actually work in some projects, right, where you can have your team members not only from computer background, IT background, they can be from some different domain also. Yes, that's also possible. Internet of Things, yes, it is there. So you can make the hardware, you can make the software, right? All those things are possible. Android development, right? Operating system, yes, it is there. You can work with applications, because I have seen some people they are very much interested to work an application. So I've seen many people they really have they have very good idea, but they do not know from where to start, right? So someone is really good with Java, let's say, they'll go with this. And see, I am not saying that I'm not even talking about all these things. These things I can say Java, Python, or whatever may be the knowledge. Even if you are not aware about all these things, no problem, right? Interest, domain knowledge, and like the research, reading, right, and the skills which I have discussed earlier, problem solving skills and all those things, they are very important. These are like, even if you are aware about let's say C or C++ even, that's enough. Other languages you can always learn, right? Because they are like today it's Python, today it's Java, maybe tomorrow there might be something else. Yes, that's going to happen, right? But once you understand any one language, it will not be difficult for you to learn about other language. And that's why I will not like talk about these things here. So I will talk about these domains. Domains are very important. Identifying the real-time problems is very important, right? So generally, if even like even if you are asking me about technology, so it should be like you should be making use of these domains, and number of other domains are there. If you go and you try to look out, a lot of domains are there. So you go and you try to find it out, right? You will get a list of domains. But still, if you are asking me to find out some of these, definitely they are there. So I haven't written any other thing like data science, machine learning. Deep learning is a very small area under artificial intelligence, I can say, but this is a very hot area. Like this is the domain in which a lot of work is going on right now. Okay, so deep learning, computer vision, right? Something called as natural language processing. So data science, machine learning, all these things are actually come under artificial intelligence only, and that's why I did not write it. Natural language, let's say chatbots. Yes, you can work with that one also, right? Social media analysis, yes, sentimental analysis, lot of things you can actually do. So whether it's Java, Python, R, C, C++, Ruby, whatever it may be, that doesn't matter. That you can actually go and learn. Domain is very important. And yes, it's always good if you try to deal with different technologies. It's going to help you only, right? So, but again, domain I will give a lot of importance as compared to these things, because this can be learned at any time, right? So I hope you got a basic idea at least where you should focus on through this discussion. So maybe I think we should go and try to discuss. If you have any question, people can ask. I can if we have 10 minutes. So yes, I think it will be good if you ask some of the questions. If you have any query, I think you can ask that. It will be better, right? So I will also come to know like what you people think. So anyone, any question? Anything you want to add? Anything you want to say here? Any question and doubt? Anything you want to discuss? I see more than 120 people are there. So at least 100 students are there, right? Even if you skip 20, so at least 100 are there. So anyone, any question? Anything you want to discuss? There are only two possibilities, right? When you will not be having a question, first thing is you understood everything. Second thing is you haven't understood anything. You only decide which category you are. Yeah?
Has posted a question in the chat box.
Okay, so let me check. So, sir, in my case, chat everything is only available to team members. This is what it is showing. I am not able to see that.
Okay, sir. Good evening, sir. Ankita this side.
Yes,
Am I audible, sir?
yes, yes, Ankita, you are audible.
Sir. Actually, I have a basic question. How is machine learning for final BE project?
Yeah, see, I told you, right? Artificial intelligence is one of the training domains. Like a lot of work is already going on. So machine learning is actually a part of artificial intelligence. So yes, a lot of work is already going on. So yes, it's good idea to try to solve some real-time problems with machine learning. And definitely, it's good one. Yes, obviously.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So see, maybe I think if some of you have posted your question in the chat box, but I'm not able to see the chats here. So please unmute and you can ask.
There is one question from Rishikesh Shinde.
Yes, sir.
He's asking for to suggest some about data science projects.
So data science projects, you mean to say, okay, so are you asking about domain? Are you asking about problem statements?
The topics
Problem
that can be covered under
okay.
data science, like any projects that can be covered under data science.
See, there are a number of problems you can actually solve with the help of data science. You try to choose any domain, right? Let's suppose there was a project in, let me give you an example. There was a project in which we were working in some, I think, some 6 months before actually. So there is a company in Pune itself, I will tell you what it is. So it was related to farmers. Like what there was a company and their work was to install solar panels in the farm. Okay, everyone knows solar panels, right? So the company was there and they were having the products like solar panels and installation of all those solar panels in the farm. You might be knowing government provides subsidy for solar panels, right? So that project was there and it was for certain area in MP, Madhya Pradesh. Okay, so what was happening in that case was the place where that company has like installed the solar panels, they were having certain instruments, right? Also installed. Some machines were there, and just to check that whether those machines were working properly or not. So what they people have done is they actually had sensors there at that place. So those sensors were sending the data from that place to the company's server. Okay, so you might be knowing there are different types of data. So that data was being stored in some database on the server at company's server actually, and it was stored in the form of key and value pair that is called as the JSON data. Now that data was so much that like it was very difficult for them to understand. Like a lot of problems were there initially, and it was very difficult for them to understand what's going on. What is the problem? Why the machines are not working properly? A number of problems were there. So they wanted to find out what is the basic reason why the things were not working properly, right? So this project was there. In that, the tasks were like fetching the data, right, and then understanding the data with the help of some of the technologies in machine learning and data science, right? Getting the data to the proper format, visualizing that particular data, and then trying to create certain modules, certain what I can say, certain applications which will help them to forecast whatever is going to happen in future, maybe with some probability, 60, 70, 80% of probability, so that they will try to minimize the risk, right? So that was their problem actually. It was all related with data, and it was related with visualization and some of the algorithms which are there in data science and machine learning. That was a combination. So that is the example actually I can give you. Like this, you can go and you can do the same thing in banking domain. You have a lot of, you can go and you can search, you will get number of problem statements related to banking domain only. One more problem statement was related to agriculture sector only. So there was a company who wanted to develop a model, and it was for one of the regions in Vidarbha in Maharashtra. So some of them might be knowing, right? So in Vidarbha, what happens is they cotton is the product, right? In farm, they actually grow cotton. The quantity of the cotton is very. It is one of the most important products I can say in the farm in Vidarbha region. So that company, what they wanted was they wanted to know the quality of that cotton. There were different categories actually, and depending on that, they wanted to predict. Okay, this is actually going to this particular cotton is going to be of good quality or so-so quality or bad quality. So they wanted to predict in advance depending on some history data. So yes, that data was also there. So so in that case, they were making use of image data. They were having images. So this is related to something like machine learning and deep learning, we can say. Yes, this is also a problem statement, right? That's why I said that, like, number of domains are there and you can solve a lot of real-time problems. What you can do in that case, get some sample image data related to some field and try to come up with the model, right? And try to increase the accuracy of the model. There are a lot of models which are already created, but again there are some problems. So try to see what are the problems. Try to see if the accuracy can be increased. Try to look out for different ways to increase the accuracy of those models which are already there, right? And try to explore the things. I hope actually that helps, right?
Sir, I had a question as well.
Yes.
Can you suggest some similar use cases or real-time problems that arise in Internet of Things domain?
Internet of Things is actually problem arises means you can even solve almost all the problems you can solve with the help of IoT, right? So you just talk about anything IoT is there, and even you can actually combine AI also with that, right? So you know that IoT is nothing but the devices also we have, right? So even you are saying, let's say suppose the project, the use case which I talked about, solar panels, there also IoT can be, it can be used. Internet of Things definitely can be used, right? And you already have the examples in IoT, right? So we can actually give the commands, voice commands, let's say. It can be used for security. Let me give a best example which I came across. So you might be knowing about, so see, generally what happens is, in India also, and in countries like US, most of the times, carpets are there, right? Carpets. So in our home there are carpets. So I have seen this actually. In the carpets there are sensors, right? Now let's suppose there is a old age people. There are old age people at your home. Let's say grandfather or grandmother. Now and at the daily routine is like. So let's suppose you as a working person, let's say you are not at home during the daytime. Okay, so let's say 10 to 6 you are not there. It's your grandfather only at home. Okay. Now his daily routine is that, let's say suppose at 10 a.m. he always goes from bedroom to the hall. This is his daily activity, let's say. Okay. So what are all his activities? All those activities can be detected, and if by chance if something unusual happens, right, that also can be detected with all those patterns of with the help of sensor. Actually, data is going to be there, and with the help of that data, you can actually look out for some unusual activity if it happens, and maybe you can have something like you will get an alert that okay, something is wrong. It is not like what happens daily, right? For the thing. That is one scenario, right? Even you might be knowing about, so say as we are talking about IoT or let's say robotics, even if you talk about, right? So you might have heard about something called as nanowatts. So people are already working. Nanowatts are like the robots which are very small size, right? So I don't know, like it has been said that, and there is work actually going on already. The nanowatts are like they can go inside the human body and they can actually travel inside the human body, and they can send all the information to the computer which can be stored. So if it is possible to get each and every information of the human body, you just think that if there is some disease which is going to be there, that can be cured in advance. If you already know, okay, this is going to happen, you will always you will go and you will try to take the care, right? So yes, even say that okay, humans will not die. I don't know, but yes, that is a possibility, right? Just take it. Medical domain. That's a good example. I hope that helps, Aniket. I think you asked that question.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hello, Yogesh sir.
Yes.
Sir Vishal here.
Yes, Vishal.
Sir, will you please comment on sponsorship project for B within 2 or 3 minutes?
Yes. So see, everyone you might be
Please.
knowing, right? Yeah. So everyone you might be knowing that. See, like we startup actually named as Bharat Soft Solution. So we have a tie-up MOU with your college, and yes, like we have decided, your institute and like my company, we have decided that uh, if you people are interested, definitely you will get some internship opportunities from our side, where you will be on some real-time projects. Let me tell you, generally like the domain in which we work, actually. So it is artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, and NLP. This is what we most of the times we have projects regarding related to this particular domain. Along with this, now we also started in embedded systems, right? So let's suppose if someone is aware about Python, maybe even someone is aware about Java, right? If someone is aware about C++ and some tools like Tableau, Power BI, or some relational and non-relational databases. Let's say like MySQL or MongoDB or something called as InfluxDB, right? If you have idea about all these things, or if you want to try to explore, if you want to explore about all these things, definitely you can actually work with us. So maybe we will decide what is the we will decide what the procedure. We will get to know about all the details. There will be some what I can say evaluation criteria is going to be there, right? So we will decide based on that. But yes, like those people who are interested, definitely they can apply. They will just have to go through all those rounds. Maybe mostly there will be only two rounds actually, and one discussion will be there, or I can say a formal discussion kind of a thing, just to understand your interest. Okay, and based on all those things, we will decide that okay, if you are interested, based on your interest also, based on your skills also, we can definitely work on. You can actually definitely work on internship project. And while doing internship, actually, what you will get from our side is you will be getting the guidance, I can say. You will be getting the direction, and we will let you know about the direction how to proceed. But definitely, you will have to put some efforts. You should be ready in putting the efforts in doing some tasks. So what we generally do is, like, whatever the project we get, from those projects only, we try to use some models. I think in last week, some of the students from your college only have given them one task related to something called as QT and InfluxDB database is there. So there, because though they were interested. So yes, we can definitely do. I think maybe we will get to know about all these things. in coming days. I think, Vishal sir, anything you want to add to that?
Okay, thank you, sir, for your information. I just want to inform the all students that if you are interested to do such activity, just like given information by the Yogesh sir, then please let us know your idea, or let us know your team with your project coordinator, that is Prashant sir and me, and we will coordinate with Yogesh sir, and we will go for the specific idea or specific topic related to internship. Okay, sir?
Sir, could you give me some ideas about the project of in domain networking and cybersecurity?
So I would say that you go for security. If you are really try to come up with some software like uh, right, like we already have different softwares to detect the malwares, to detect the uh, viruses, right? You can think of developing something like that. So that is again because one of my friends is already working in that particular domain. So many times when we have a discussion, I come to know that uh, that is again like that domain is also very booming and a lot of work is already going on in that security. So we try to develop some antivirus. That definitely we can try.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
So, any thing or any questions from students? Fine. Prashant sir, I
Yes, sir.
request all the participant and Yogesh sir to start your camera. We just want to take one
Prashant, sir,
photograph
just a second.
for
Allow me.
documentation purpose. Yes, sir.
Actually, I want to ask one question to you, sir.
Okay, sir. Please.
Sir, actually, there is a confusion between students. Like, everyone is known about the domains. Okay, everyone knows about machine learning, AI. All those things are the trending in the market. But the confusion is there. Means they used to select the domain only. They don't know which exact topic should they follow to select for the project. They are just aware only about the domains. So there is some confusion. Like everyone is asking about suggest some projects in data science, suggest some projects in the networking. So can you please tell something that so that it will be easier for them to find out the
Yes, sir.
topics in a particular domain. So is there any way so through that they
So
can
that's
follow or to search
so.
for the particular topics inside a domain because all domains consist of many things. So likewise,
That's what I was trying to tell them, sir. So from
yeah,
where they will get the project ideas also. So that's
yeah,
what we generally ignore actually. Research papers. If they really want to find out some latest research papers from good journals, definitely there, even if they go and they try to just read the introduction and the conclusion of the paper, there itself they will come to know that some very good ideas. Another thing is, I told him, right, observation is also necessary. So you talk about anything, a lot of problems in our daily life can be solved with machine learning and data science. So even though you are right, whatever you said that, okay, domain everyone knows, machine learning, data science, AI, all those things. Even I have given them the example, right? I said them, right? One example I have given them, agricultural domain. So what we done in that case, we tried to create such a model which will predict the quality of the crop. Getting my point, sir? Like whether it is going to be a good one or the normal one or a bad one. Is it if it's going to have some quality or not, right? That is the thing. That is one example. Another example, if they are aware about if they are aware about how to deal with different types of data, you take any example in case of medical domain, right? If you talk about current situation, COVID-19, You can make use of machine learning and data science if you are aware about how to deal with image data or different non-relational type of data. Definitely that will also help. Try to gather some data. There are different sites from where you are going to get data. Kaggle is there. Lot of resources are there where you will get the data. So that is actually uh, I understood that like people we hear the domain name. Yeah, even if I start telling you different problem statements, right, number of things are there depending on the real time problem or whatever the problem you want to solve actually. Obviously it will be there, but they themselves should go and they themselves should try to look out for the papers related to the domain in which they have an interest, and there they should try to find out the problem. If you ask me problem statement, I have given the examples, right? All these are some of the examples. So one cannot give them a direct problem statement. Yes, they are going to be, I have some project from some client and that I will assign them. Definitely that can be done. So okay, this is the problem you solve. As like I have given some of the examples on which we have already worked, right? So the best way I feel is that they should go, they should try to search and read the papers and observe the things. What are the problems? So as even I have given the examples, right? You might be knowing, students, all of you might be knowing like on every signal, if you talk about traffic, on every signal there are some cameras and which are actually taking the photos of some vehicles or people who are breaking some rules, right? Even there is something called as anomaly detection. So there are some CCTV cameras for surveillance. So what you can do is you can go and you can develop the model. If there is some unusual activity in the camera, there should be an alert. So how to detect the unusual activity? For that you go and you develop the software of the model, security domain, machine learning, data science. Right? These are the examples. That's what I am telling you people. Are you getting my point? But the best way is you go and you try to refer the papers and observe the surrounding actually. I hope that helps, right? Anyone wants to add? Yes, sir. I think any other question from your side? Hello.
Hello. Any
Yes.
questions from student? Okay, fine. Prashant sir. Prashant sir. Okay, fine. Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, fine. All the students, I request you to start your camera. And Yogesh sir, will you please start your camera?
Yes, sir. What I will have to check my camera. So this
Okay.
left.
Uh, okay, fine. Uh,
See, there is like I'm trying to achieve.
uh, I request all the students to start your camera first. Prashant sir, is that okay? Prashant sir, done?
Yes.
Okay. Now you can off your camera. Fine. So I guess all people, all students are clear with your doubts, question and answers. So here, myself, Vishal Borate, on the behalf of Department of Computer Engineering, DYPSOE, conclude the session with vote of thanks. So now I pass on my sincere thanks to Mr. Yogesh Murumkar sir for giving their quality time with us and discuss the number of points regarding how to select the B project as well as how to uh, what is the exact roadmap to implementation of the project. So I it is very helpful for our student sir to uh, complete their project in particular academic year. So thank you, sir, once again for your time, and I thank you all teaching and non-teaching staff for supporting the for conducting this particular webinar. Okay, so I request Prashant sir to stop the recording as well as stop the meeting. Okay, thank you, Prashant.